Hello, hello, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. You know who I am. My name is Stacia Kennedy, and I am so excited to share with you a awesome interview with one of my mentors, Vince Reed. He is the master at paid advertising. We're going to talk about in this interview paid advertising, how to go from 0 to 100 leads a day. That's right. I said 100 leads a day. So if you're brand new at paid advertising and you want to learn a little bit more about what it takes to go from 0 to 100 leads a day, comment below 100. Let me know you're here live as well too. Hashtag live if you're here live. Hashtag replay, of course, if you're watching the replay. My name is Stacia Kennedy. If you're new to my videos, I'm talking again with my awesome mentor. I've been actually following him for many, many, many years. And about 3 years ago, we went to one of his very last live events. And I am super excited to be sharing this interview again with paid advertising expert Vince Reed, showing businesses how they can go from 0 to 100 leads per day, like a pro online advertiser. So I'm going to just give you guys a short little bio as people jump on. Vince Reed actually started his online business in 2008 after losing everything during the mortgage meltdown, which a lot of you guys know about because most of you are either in real estate or if you're friends of mine for a long time, have been through that crash. I know a lot of my friends and my mentors have been through that 2008 crash. And after failing to earn a single dime for 6 months, Vince focused his efforts on mastering lead generation to build his multi-7-figure empire. Okay. Inside Vince was actually going to share with you in this interview to give you a little bit of a map and show you about I want him to share about his journey to prosperity and abundance. So I'm super excited to have him here, guys. Welcome him. Give me some hearts and likes, Vince, thanks again for joining us live.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Okay, let's just jump right in. Tell us a little bit more about you and your stuff and how you got started.
Well, I was born in, no, I'm just kidding. No, I got into digital marketing, as you said, back in 08. It was, that's when I went full time actually in 08. I actually got started in 2007. The mortgage meltdown kind of chewed me up and spit me out. And one day I just was in the office and there were these deals that I was about to fund. And I was praying that those deals would close because it was going to save my home. I was pretty much losing everything. Long story short, I got an email from a lender that I was using and it said sorry in the subject line. And I knew what it was. Opened it up and they said they couldn't do any of the deals. I had to call the people back and tell them that they weren't going to go through. And I called all the people back. I could have just emailed them and said, hey, sorry, because everyone knew, even when I was getting the deals approved, people were like, you can get this done. Everyone's saying that everything's locked up and our lenders are like, we can do it. So I'm telling them that. So long story short, got that email, called everyone back. And of course they were upset. Many of them ended up losing their homes like a lot of us. And that very day I went on to Craigslist to find a sales job and saw an ad that said, make money on Google. And it sounded better than flipping burgers. And I just wrote down the lady's number and did a little bit more research, called her up. And that's kind of what led me to digital marketing. So my worst day of my life actually was the best day of my life because it was the day I found the internet.
Contrast, right?
Yep.
How has the world of paid advertising different now from back then since you got started?
Well, when I got started, there was no social media, right? Mm-hmm. So there was no social media ads. There was social media, but the ads weren't really like they are today. It was mostly Google AdWords. And that was really where everybody was putting all their eggs in that basket. So, when I started hearing rumblings of people getting their Google AdWords accounts banned, that was right when social media ads were getting popular. And I started trying to learn those. And, I kind of made this pact with myself that I would just, make sure that I wasn't dependent on one thing. And learned digital marketing and just saw it right away that lead generation was bigger than what a lot of people see it even today. Most people look at it as something they need to do for their business instead of looking at it as a skill set. Because, for example, right now, even during this pandemic, our businesses are up. And that's because businesses need customers even more in tough times. So, yeah, I mean, it's different in the sense where there's more things. There's more things like pixels and retargeting, those types of things weren't around back then. But ultimately, it's still the same. People still have problems, and it's our job to solve them.
So where did you come up with 0 to 100 leads per day? I mean, one of the comments I got was, well, I don't care about 100 leads. I want, real leads. Like if I could just get one real lead,
Yeah, I get that often. And that person, that's a very logical and smart reaction. So 100 leads a day is meant to do exactly that. There's some people that will actually laugh at 100 leads a day and say that's it. And then there's some people that will say 100 leads a day. Oh my gosh, like what that individual just said. But ultimately, that's not even why I actually say it. The real reason behind 100 leads a day and what people mostly find out about it once they really get to know me is that is the number mathematically that gives you the best chance to actually scale a 7-figure business. So you could generate 10 leads a day and build a 7-8-figure business. But if you're generating 100 quality leads of individuals who actually want your product or service, and you have a clear message, you know what the desired outcome is for that client. If you can get to 100 leads per day, mathematically, it gives you the best chance to win. And that's why I say go from 0 to 100 leads a day. It's not actually what it sounds, but that is an attention grabber, which is part of marketing.
Awesome. Speaking of skills, what is the critical skill? I'm so glad you said messaging, because that's also something I share with people all the time. It's like, you have to get your messaging correct. And then you find the target markets. Like, what is a critical skill all online marketers should have?
Well, I think the first critical skill is getting over fear and understanding the mindset behind advertising. Most people are afraid to run ads because they think they're going to lose money. So they don't really understand really how you should approach advertising in the beginning. The goal of advertising is to figure out a way to invest more. So most people who want to run ads, they come into it and the first question will be like, okay, well, what should my ad budget be, right? So they're already thinking from like a scarcity and a fear mindset, when in reality, I use it all the time. It's like the vending machine analogy I use. Is if you put $1 in the vending machine and it spit out $2, how many dollars would you put in the vending machine? And most people would say everything in my wallet, but the actual real answer is you stand there 24/7, 365. So that's really what advertising is all about. You should be trying to spend as much as you can.
A lot of, people, I mean, that's what all the big brands do, right? The one who sends the most for the longest period of time is the one who wins.
Absolutely. If you could, the client or the business that can afford to spend the most to acquire a customer wins. You guys, for fun, should just go on Google and just research how much some of the big top companies invest in advertising. And it'll change your perspective. I mean, these are companies spending hundreds of millions of dollars in ads, and it's difficult to get some people to spend $100. You're just giving your competitors a chance to pass you up. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not always about who has the best product, even though you want the best product. Sometimes it's just a matter of who found whose product first. And if you are advertising and putting it in front of the right people, then you give yourself the best chance to win, and you can become known as the go-to authority in your space a lot faster.
Well, if someone who is just getting started, or maybe they have a small, or what we consider a small business, they're like, well, I'm not a big brand. I don't want to be a big brand. I just want a few leads. Or for those realtors of mine out there, who are just like, I just want to do one deal a year or 2 deals a year and I'd be good. Like, how do I get unstuck from getting out of that fear mentality? And we're in a commission-based business. Where do we go?
Well, the first thing, I mean, I'm not the warm and fuzzy mentor. So I'm not going to tell them that person what they want to hear. It's okay. I'd say you're being extremely selfish. That's what I would tell that person. You owe it to yourself and your family to be the most successful you can possibly be. You've got people out there that are struggling, and other real estate agents, whoever else that are watching you. And by you doing more and inspiring more, okay, it's not about you. I would say that's a selfish way to look at business. So you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your customers, you owe it to your family, you owe it to everyone to be the best version of you and to dominate. Otherwise, go work a 9-to-5 job. And there's nothing wrong with that either. I'm saying don't be an entrepreneur if you're going to not play the game to win.
How can someone get back on track? If they're like, okay, I'm here to play to win. How can someone get back on track with their
right. I think that like when people are like, we all fall off at times, right? Mm-hmm. Like, for example, every single day, I mean, I always go back and forth with, I drove X number of clicks. I got this number of leads. What would have happened if I would have just drove that traffic to my offer? So then I might test it and then it may not convert. And then I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't have did that. So like we all try things. It doesn't always work. But here's what I will tell you. And it's something that I actually just taught on our new masterclass that I just created. And at the end of the day, once you know the numbers, right? So the first step is to figure out what it takes to get to your goal. So I think everybody should be shooting for 7 figures. Okay, even if you only want to make 6 figures, you should be shooting for 7 figures and more, period. If you're a business owner, you can make it happen. It's possible. And once you do that, you have to figure out what that actually takes. So you need to make $3,000 a day, roughly, a little bit over. It's a little $3,000 a day is more than $1 million a year, but just shoot for $3,000 a day. And depending on your product price point, all right, you can figure out and know exactly how many sales you need to make. So for example, one of the reasons I say 100 leads per day is because it gives you the best chance to win. You sell $1,000 product and you get 100 leads that day. You only need to sell 3 people that day and you made $1,000 that day selling the $1,000 product. If your product is 500, you need 6 sales at 100 leads a day. So that's one of the reasons I say 100 leads a day. So once you know the numbers, now you know your numbers. The next step is to leverage some type of software to really be able to plug in so you can figure out what I like to say, your coordinates. So like, for example, there's software like Funnelytics or Guru out there where you can just put in your funnel. It'll tell you what the percentages are that you need to hit. And you just need to basically say, okay, if I get clicks to my website at $1.50 and it converts at 10%, if my product price point is this, I'm a millionaire. So now your goal is to just get that number. So people don't know those numbers, so it's tough. So when I wake up each and every day, I can literally go in and grow a 7-figure business blind by doing those first 2 steps. And then there's a third step that really makes it, definitely possible.
And what is that third step?
That third step was on purpose, right? So that is how you get a lead. All right. So what I just showed you is how you generate a list, right? So you give value. And that was by design. And then you say there's a third step to finish it. And everybody's like, well, what's the third step? So you would say at that point, put your name and email into the form, and I'll reveal to you the third and final component to growing your business. All right. So that's an example. When you're building a list, what most people do, they just put this crazy headline in and they don't give any value. And then the person doesn't want. What you want is the person to want what's on the other side. So anyhow, the third component is really understanding. So your target market is actually the desired outcome of your client. So that's your actual target market. So for example, I teach marketing and lead generation, right? So, but specifically what we specialize in is helping advertisers cut their lead cost in half and increase conversions. That's really what we do. So if you're an advertiser, I don't care if you're generating $3 leads, I can show you how to get the lead cost down to $1.50. In fact, I was just talking to a client before we got on here who's generating $1 leads now. Since I started sharing these strategies, it can happen. So once you figure out the desired outcome, so for example, if I'm targeting people who are advertising and I want to get them to cut their lead cost in half, it's very easy for me to do because they already have an offer, they're already advertising, and they may be generating leads at $10. If I show them how to cut their lead cost to $5, that's a huge win for them. Even if, and some people, if they're spending a lot of money, they're generating $10 leads and I can show them how to get it for $9, it's a huge win. So you can see the desired outcome from what my desired outcome for them is to get them to cut their lead cost in half. So when they find me, I just have to take them a very short distance. Where people go wrong is they may say, okay, I know how to teach marketing, but let me teach the newbie, a person that has a business and should be advertising. But the newbie's way over here, I have to teach them capture pages, offers, funnels, how to set up the ads. So they wonder why their conversions are bad and they wonder why they can't get the person to the finish line if the desired outcome was to get them to cut their lead cost in half. If I was going to target a newbie, then my desired outcome for them would be, let me show you how to get your first lead. Mm-hmm. Right? So it would be about cutting your lead cost in half. the message that I would be talking to targeting newbies would be, let me show you how to generate your first lead. So it'd be a simple capture page, simple offer, just go put up an ad. And then they'd get their first lead and boom, they've won. They didn't have generated leads before. So sometimes people just don't know their desired outcome. And they don't really do, that's called the sliding scale meter. If they don't do the sliding scale meter exercise, it makes it difficult for them to get conversions because what they're offering, the desired outcome, their messaging doesn't match.
Exactly. Yeah. I was just reading something about that too in a book. It was like, if you're trying to sell someone something that's totally off base, that's why that's not even relevant to them. And they click off.
And also the desired outcome has to be a real desire. Like sometimes people offer things that they think that they would be good, but you talk to the client, the client's like, I don't even really care or want that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important to get on the phone and like talk to your business or talk to your potential prospects, figure out what are the struggles they have. And once you identify the struggle, right, then you make the desired outcome that you promote closest to where they are. And that's what you sell. It doesn't mean that you can't still want to take them further, but if the most of your clients' desired outcome isn't cutting their lead cost in half because they're just getting started, then you got to take it closer to them. And then that's what you help them with. Get something that's really close. So like, for example, if I'm a real estate agent and I wouldn't teach a real estate agent that's not advertising how to cut their lead cost in half. I would go to a real estate agent and I would say, let me show you how to take your direct mail drops and leverage that on the internet for half the cost.
Mm-hmm.
They show you how to do the exact same thing you're doing with your mail drops online for half the cost. Mm-hmm. So I would say, get there, whatever that flyers they're sending. This is how you could take it online and target those same people for half the cost and just get them to do that one little thing.
Is there another myth or misconception that people have about paid ads?
That it's easy and that it's hard.
I know a lot of people are like, well, let me just try it, right? Let me just put $5 on it.
Right. Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you're going to get what you put into it. You're going to get what you believe. So if you believe it's hard, it's going to be hard. Okay. And if you believe it's easy, you're going to do the things necessary to make it easy. So like the truth of the matter is it's not easy and it's not hard. Right. And that's like fact. Right. So for me, I've been doing it a long time. It's not hard for me, but it's still not easy. I still have to do all the exercises I just told you. I still have to test and try things. Sometimes I lose money on certain campaigns. I mean, it's just the way that it is.
Someone asked, does this blueprint work for network marketing?
If you have a product or service, advertising works.
Yeah.
So the problem with network marketing, and I say this all the time, is that network marketers, in my opinion today, they're too recruiting focused. Mm-hmm. Like if I was a network marketer, I would look at my business like a guy that's selling on like a Shopify store type mindset, like product focused. So think about it. You've got guys that are selling products on Shopify that a lot of these network marketing companies sell, very similar products, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month selling product. So if you shifted your mindset to like being like selling your product the way a lot of the top Amazon or Shopify store owners sell, then you'd sell the product. And how easy would it be if you found people that actually want your products, and then you'd reach out to them and say, hey, you know how you found the product through this store or however you found it? What if I could show you how to do this and you could actually make money doing the same thing you did to buy this product? It'd be easy to recruit, but they're reversed and they make it like you're herding cattle, and it falls right into all the limiting beliefs and the stereotypes of the industry. And it's very difficult to do network marketing these days because no one has, like the people that are promoting it, they don't have a system that truly works. So let me be specific. So when you go work a 9-to-5 job, right? When you walk in there the first couple of days or weeks or whatever, they put you through a training program. And they say, if you do this, this, and this, you'll get a paycheck on the 1st and 15th. But when you do network marketing, everybody's telling you, go to the mall, go to the grocery store, knock on doors, cold call, buy leads, be an expert, attract people. Like everybody's doing all this other stuff and nobody's getting results. So at the end of the day, the only way I know to get results is sell products. So if you could go sell your product and show a person how you sold the product, that makes it easy to basically grow that kind of business. So that's what I would tell. So yes, the answer is yes. You would do lead generation to sell the products, very, very similar to the way people do lead generation now to sell products on a Shopify or Amazon.
Someone says, can it still be profitable? I love this. I'm going to state the question, but I want to share something real quick too. Can it be profitable to sell in a competitive market like fitness or nutritional supplements? What I love about the couple of coaching sessions that I've been on with you is that you help people kind of look at things differently. How can you stand out from and be different from everybody else? So I've seen him coach people and kind of how can you position yourself in a different way that no one else is doing. What would you say on that? How to make yourself different?
Well, you said something about the fitness space, something first.
Yeah, like someone asked, like fitness is pretty competitive. It's like, like there's millions and millions of competitive keywords in fitness and nutritional supplements. How would you coach someone on that? Like, how could they be different?
So first off, the more competitive, the bigger than the market, the better.
Yeah.
So the smaller the market, the less competitive, there's no money there. You're limited at scale. Like you want the biggest, most competitive market possible, right? Now, here's the thing with fitness. Let's just say you're selling a weight loss supplement, right? What most people do is first of all, they don't do the sliding scale meter. So they just go, oh, you work out, you should take this weight loss supplement, right? So instead of that, you should think differently. Like I always believe that you market to the niches, you don't create niche products. So a lot of people go, you need to create a niche. I don't believe that. I teach lead generation. I can go teach lead generation to chiropractors, dentists, doctors, lawyers, network market, all of these. That's a niche. I didn't create the lead generation thing for network marketers because then you're limiting yourself. So anyhow, let's say I was doing the weight loss supplements and one of my niche markets were people that were diabetic. And I created my brand and my message about how to keep your blood sugar low or like some kind of study that shows that by keeping your body fat down lowers your blood sugar, which helps you with your diabetes or whatnot. So now I just took the same product and just found a niche market that was specific. And my only goal for that thing is to help them do that one thing with the supplement that would help them with that's an example of how you use lead generation.
Awesome. I like it. Love it. Love it. Love it. A lot of people are saying facts. Yes. Sounds like you could really work for my whole body vibration technology. Price point from $300 up to $13K. Yeah, you can literally do this with any type of business, no matter what type of product or price point you're at. High ticket, low ticket would be a different strategy, of course. Tell us a little bit more about how you help people and how do you coach people? Because I think one of the biggest things that are missing is accountability and coaching. And there's a lot going on with advertising, tweaking and things like that. How can people get more support from you?
Yeah, so I have a company. It's called setupmyads.com. And Stacia's amazing. She's helping us quite a bit and been doing a lot of stuff with us as well recently. So we're really excited to have you, be a part of our team.
Thanks.
But what we're trying to do is something a little bit different. This isn't a thing that I've just started doing. As I said, I've been at this a long time. I've been able to coach countless types of entrepreneurs, and they all are different, right? So what Systemize is there's two core programs. We have one standalone product. It's a formula that kind of goes through a lot of the stuff that we talked about on this call. But then I've got the core program, which is more about community mentorship, and I call the X's and O's really just the execution portal, which is just literally everything that I have up here from advertising in the right order taught to you. So for me, I'm really big on order. So where a lot of people do, and you can attest to this, you've gone through it, you notice how everything is just structured in order to take you through a process. So you're not like, oh, I learned that, but now I need to know this. So we teach you everything in order. That's just the X's and O's, but that's going to always change. And all I do is update it into the system. the key to systemize is the mentorship and the direct access, like you said, the calls. Because I'm able to go into your business and say, do this. You're doing weight loss. Let's look at this. Do that. Run the ad. Don't say this in the ad. Say this. And that's where our clients get such great results. I mean, we've got guys who, I mean, like I was mentioning earlier, the guy I just got the phone with, he's down to $1 leads and he's going crazy. I had another guy in our group that was in one of the highly competitive real estate investing niche. He's generating leads for $2.50 now. I mean, now he's flipping to the lead broker business and he's going to be selling his leads. So people are now opened up to this new world of lead generation because we just make it simple. I just give you the steps of what to do, but it's not done in a cookie cutter way. Like where everybody else does is they say, this is how Facebook ads should run, but that's not the case for every business. All right. So, yeah, I mean, if anybody's really looking to truly master lead generation, I would definitely at least get in there and either get the formula or jump into to Systemize. We've recently changed it to a monthly subscription, and you get me, every single month. We're bringing on guests. We've got coaches. Stacia's a coach. We've got a person that does funnels. We've got we're bringing on more people so we can help assist you in getting things set up, because it's all about speed. The technology changes so fast today, and for us, we want to be on the cutting edge. And now my role is really finding the best people and simplifying the process. So that's, I guess, hopefully that answers the question.
Yes, I'm so excited. Me too. I'm actually coaching starting tomorrow, guys. So you should jump in. Setupmyads.com right here. You can get the formula right now. Go to setupmyads.com and actually go through the new formula that Vince created. I watched the whole thing and it's awesome. And I'm going to be talking about.
She actually messaged me and told me of an error I had. Thank you very much. I know you went through the program. I actually had a video that played twice on accident. So
I know. I was
so guys, when you go to the site and you you subscribe, there'll be a bonus training. So if you got content and value from this, there'll be a training that goes into more depth on some of the stuff that I just said. Watch that. And then there'll be an offer. I will tell you, when you click that button, it's time sensitive. So we actually give a really cool discount for people that want to get started right away. But it's definitely affordable. We're in it for the long run. We want members that are lifers, because I want to help you grow whatever you're doing now, the 7 figures, and the next one, and the next one after that. I want to train your kids, teach them how to run marketing, help you grow. We want to be around to help you. This isn't a one thing, and then I'm off on vacation spending the money. We're in it every week, and we're here to help you for the long run.
Yes, a lot of the things that I share actually come from him. So I'm really excited. So if you've been following me around for any long period of time, a lot of times I always talk about shopping mode versus buying mode, like the scoop and score method. That's all from him. So, and I always make sure I give you props on that. So I'm super excited to be a part of the team. Setupmyads.com. Go and sign up. I'm coaching tomorrow. We're going to talk about omnipresence, and we're taking the whole level of. You guys wonder why I'm all over everywhere, because and I get this all the time. People inbox me all the time. I see you everywhere. Well, I'm going to actually share with you how you can be everywhere without being everywhere. So
important, especially today, guys. I mean, it's either business is a sport. Okay, that's why the best entrepreneurs are very competitive. A lot of them are former athletes. So you owe it to yourself to give yourself, a competitive advantage. And by being everywhere your customers are, it's so important to just learn these things now. And it's not easy. The cool part about the way I teach it is a lot of people teach you to set up all these ads. I teach you to set up a core structure of ads. And those are on and running. And then now you can just go and grow your business. And every now and then you get a good ad idea, you go create it, you put it up. My strategy isn't to make you sitting here running a million ads every day and do that. It's really a structure and a system to get everything set up correctly, running ads on multiple platforms. And then you can just focus in on growing your business. And going out and finding good talent like Stacia to help.
Yeah, exactly like that. It's exactly, you need a system. And I love the name Systemize. That's what we need, is to be systematic, because everything has a purpose,
Yeah.
There's a structure and a purpose, and you can systemize your business. So again, thank you so much, Vince, for sharing with us. And thank you guys for showing up here live. If you're watching the replay, make sure to share this out as well too. And again, you guys, if it's all about the skills that everybody needs, and I'm super excited to be a part of the team again. I'm Stacia Kennedy. And again, thanks for joining us live. You guys, much love and aloha. We'll see you guys on the next video.
Take care.